Welcome everyone, this is Acid Roots. We're going to do Chrono Trigger. So this game is probably one of my favorite games for the Super Nintendo, and in a lot of ways it's probably one of my favorite RPGs just because things kind of got real out of control after about the PlayStation era of role-playing games. And if you pay attention to the color coding that Crono has, he wears blue and green, Marl is orange and white, Frog is green. All these characters had specific colors and that sort of thing, and the Super Nintendo really did it. I don't maybe I'm just being strange, but they seem less identifiable after about the year 2000, 2001 or so. So maybe you noticed, but this role playing game, as I do it, I'm going to do it a lot different than a lot of people who do role playing games, just because I'm going to talk to a lot of people. So I'm going to try to cover as much of the game as possible because I want you guys to see the dialogue in this game because it's pretty, it's got good stuff going for it. The script out of this, most Squaresoft games were fantastic. And, the stuff that they made with Nintendo before they left was great. But also they had a sweet spot with the PlayStation as well. So, Legend of Mana, Final Fantasy VII, um, some of these other ones, I can't really remember them all. Possibly Chrono Cross, I've never tried it. Legend of Dragoon, it was a great time to be a role-playing gamer between like 1993 and 2002 or so. So eventually I'm going to cover a lot of these games, but I'm not just going to do only role-playing games. So this is kind of as something to pepper in, and we're just going to have fun with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the tile box so you don't have to see the standard one when you watch the game. So I didn't understand how to do this, but you just press the A button and you'll go to the opposite screen from where you're currently at. But you have to be parallel to where that is. So you go to that from there. And I'm going to use the checkered box because I like that. It's really sleek to me. So, most role-playing games encourage you to talk, so definitely do this. We're going to meet Luca. She's the smart one. She invents things and can fix things, a bunch of stuff. She's pretty handy. But before you leave, talk to your mother, because if not, you're not going to get money. But also, just do it. So I'm going to go to all these places before we head to the fair. One of them is a tutorial, but I'm not going to do that one. So we're just going to have fun with that. Now this music, the way it just sounds like a sunny day that you just got home from a picnic or something and you feel like you could conquer anything. That type of, you just had the best day of your life, you had some lemonade, just that sort of thing. It embellishes in that, but I think we all know that, there's going to be twists and turns. So, a lot of this, I knew about this game since I was about 12 years of age. The game came out in summer of 1995. I didn't know about it then, but I knew about it 6 years later. So I figured it out summer of 2001. I couldn't get over the fact of a particular point that's going to come up, so I guess I'll save that part of the story. But it intrigued me so much. I had the Nintendo powers where Chrono Trigger was featured. So I was subscribed to them before this game came out, and Chrono Trigger did not make the cover because one of the creators of this, was really famous, and they just probably didn't want them to do it. But so I knew about this game later on down the road, and I had to have it. the first copy of the game I wound up having was the one for the PlayStation. I got Final Fantasy Chronicles, and they threw this game in with it. So I actually own Final Fantasy IV, and I'm probably going to do that game. I think I will. I'll have to hook up my PlayStation. That game, Highlight, that's another one. So these are just games that... So if you talk to that person, you'll get a song. Listen to this. How does that song make you feel? Does it make you feel like you're in a good mood? Kind of feels almost foreboding, like a overcast, partly sunny day, partly cloudy, I mean. But one thing I'm kind of curious about doing is I haven't really done a Let's Play on a role-playing game. So I don't know how I'm going to edit the battles and how many of them I'm going to show. I'm not the fighter. I don't fight all the time. Like, I don't jump into fights when I play role-playing games. I prefer to get through with the story. So it's not going to be a huge amount of fights, but I'm still going to need to get to level 20 and level 50 and so on. So I'll just probably dice them up and decide which ones I want to keep. If the conversation's interesting, then I'll do it. But I understand when I watch role-playing games, I was just like, come on, get on with it. So, but I think you will like the story in this game if you have not played this. It's managed by the people who made Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior. So that's definitely something to look forward to. But let's get going to this Millennial Fair. And didn't know it's a fair that happens once every 1,000 years. So I'm not sure. Well, I'm not going to talk to everyone here. You know, it'd wind up being more of a talking video than just, you know, progression. But we're going to meet Marl. So, right on the spot, as soon as you bump into her, you're being tested. So know that. What you want to do is you want to talk to her before you go and get that pendant. You may think, oh, she dropped something. Talk to her first, because it's manners. You have to make sure that she's okay, because if that happened in real life, you wouldn't pick up what they dropped first. You'd help them up. But this meant, you know, it's one thing, you're going to be graded on it. So now you've got an associate, Marl and Chrono. That's a better look at what she looks like right there, if you can't tell. But so we've got more on the way. Subscribe for more fun.